Mic drop? No. KitKat drop. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to another chocolate review. Today we have a fairly chunky crossover happening because we have in our hands today, unexpectedly, because I didn't know this existed, a KitKat Aero. An Aero KitKat. A KitKat with Aero and an Aero with some KitKat inside it. This is Australian or Kiwi of origin. I'm not entirely sure. It has the kind of labeling for both. And this is a big, chunky Nestle product crossover that I've never seen in the UK until I found this in the corner of a B&M in Aberdeen, Scotland. What a small world we live in. So I don't know if this is going to be almost like KitKat chunky vibes, but in the size of a normal KitKat. Like, it looks like we're going to have very little wafer to Aero going on. Let's get into it and see if it's worth picking up. Wow. So there is an immediate, as expected, waft of Aero smell. From the outside, it looks like a standard kind of Australian or South African Kiwi KitKat block, as they are. But let's investigate a little further to see that lovely Aero filling in there. Now, it's probably just less than half. There is still a good chunky layer of milk chocolate around there. It feels like it's slightly lighter than a normal Aero. Almost like it looks like a more kind of white chocolate vibe with the mint going on in there. Let's see how it is. Mic drop? No. KitKat drop. That's everything it needs to be and everything you could want it to be. That is the only acceptable chocolate to wafer ratio, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys have ever had those chocolate biscuits from M&S. The extremely chocolatey milk chocolate biscuit rounds that you basically have to break your kind of front molars to get into, but they have the perfect like biscuit to chocolate ratio. And that is exactly what this experience is like. Smooth, creamy, obviously hyper sweet and minty milk chocolate. Is it the best quality in the world? No, but you know that's not what you're getting when you're buying a Nestle product, when you're buying an Aero or a KitKat. But the flavour is absolutely bang on. Milky, creamy, smooth, sweet, refreshing, but still satisfying in that sense. And then you get a little crunch in there. You get that slightly, ever so slightly savoury, almost addictive contrast of consistencies in there. That's it, folks. All of that said, if you're not a big fan of minty chocolate, you're probably not going to buy this in the first place. What it maybe does lack on the Aero side, if I have to find some criticism, is you do lose the kind of lightness. You lose that kind of aerated texture in your mouth because it just gets lost within everything else. There is a substantial amount of chocolate kind of on the outside of it. So the bubbliness you don't really get. It just tastes like a creamy mint filling, but with that specific Aero mint flavour. So for me, that's not a downside, though if you're a big Aero fan, also for the texture of the chocolate, not just the kind of mint chocolate flavour, that could be a downside. Other than that, this is doing absolutely everything it says it's going to do. I love the packaging. I love that they've done a crossover. I love that these things work together in terms of taste and texture. Does the kind of KitKat flavour get lost a bit in there? Yes, because it's being beaten down by that Aero mint. But that's no problem by my standards, folks. That is the best of both worlds while sacrificing maybe a tiny bit of each individual product. For me, it's a winner. I would absolutely buy it again, and I'm doing my best not to smash this whole thing in one sitting. It's 5 out of 5. Ring the bells, folks. We've done it. If you guys have tried this one, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm a big fan. I really hope this is something that can become, you know, regularly available because it's genuinely very good, even if a somewhat controversial chocolate flavour pairing at times. It's a good one. But I'm afraid that's all I have time for today, folks. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to tap that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I will see you for the next one.